We're here already. Ayos. Wow. Dude, when I picked up the Volvo S90L from Volvo Philippines, my friend Paulo said that I need to have a driver whenever I'm using the Volvo S90L. Best advice ever. Let's do this. It's not every day that we get a chance to experience a premium flagship sedan in the channel, especially one that is as long and as premium as the Volvo S90L. This long wheelbase variant was primarily made for the Chinese market but has since been available in North America and now the Philippines. The S90L is Volvo's flagship sedan at the same class as BMW's 7 Series and the Mercedes S-Class. But unlike the two Bavarian contenders, you don't really need to sell a kidney to bring home the Volvo S90L. At 4,490,000 Philippine pesos, the S90L Inscription can be considered as attainable luxury. But given this attractive pricing, does the Volvo S90L compromise on the features and drive versus its rivals? Let's find out. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. Unlike all of my other car reviews, we are going to start here in the best seats of the house. You see, Volvo managed to give us the best back seat in the business for less than 5 million Philippine pesos. See pare, in terms of space, comfort, and luxury, nothing else compares to the Volvo S90L for the price it's asking for. You see, the closest competition would be, for the price level, would be the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, or the BMW 3 Series, or even the base spec BMW 5 Series. But dude, yeah, those sedans are just too small to even compete. Now this back seat pare, this is large enough such that, you know, I feel it's made for baby making. Or okay, for the prudes out there, alam mo yung mga KJ sa inyo, you know, this back seat is best used by executives who want space and class. Now the seats are perfectly tuned for comfort. You know, they're not too soft and not too stiff, and the NVH levels is simply phenomenal. See, I'm being driven around here on the highway now, and wind noise, highway noise, road noise, it's all cut down to a minimum. Now that allows you to enjoy the music that is coming from your Bowers and Wilkins audio sound system even better. See, it feels like I have a concert hall here inside the Volvo S90L, and you just have to take my word for it because I couldn't really play music on this video for, you know, YouTube copyright purposes. Now, of course, we also have a bunch of controls here. You've got your quad zone climate control system. We've got heat and ventilation for the two rear seats here at the back. And we have this large center armrest here in the middle. Yeah, that houses your cup holders, plus a felt-lined compartment there for some of your knickknacks. Now, this large center armrest, it should be used, ideally, it should always be used, which would turn the S90L into a 4-seater. Pero pare, if ever there's a third wheel who wants to join you in your Volvo S90L, you can always put this thing up and turn your S90L into a 5-seater. But of course, it's no fun if you do that. I mean, yeah, it's still best as a 4-seater because, pare, that's really how you should ride the back seat of the Volvo S90L. Now, this is great if you have a family driver, a chauffeur who will ferry you around all the time. But what if you need to drive this car yourself? Well, pare, let's find out by driving the Volvo S90L. Now, the S90L is no slouch, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's fun to drive. You see, we have a 2-liter turbo 4 here. Well, Volvo says it's turbocharged and supercharged, but it's good enough for as much as 313 horsepower and 460 Newton meters of torque. See, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour can be done in like 6.2 seconds, which is not bad, considering that you're actually driving a road-going luxury barge. Now let me show you. You could do a quick step down here, and it's quick to downshift, and acceleration is really brisk. Now we do have an 8-speed automatic transmission here, plus an all-wheel drive system, which makes, it makes short work of the highway, and you can do this in luxurious comfort. But as far as performance driving is concerned, that, my friends, is as good as it gets. The steering feel is numb and artificial, and it's not really the sharpest pencil in the case. The size of the S90L may give you a lot of space and comfort, but it is an enemy when it comes to a driver's point of view. You see, pare, try piloting this Volvo S90L in the small and narrow streets of Manila, and you will understand why you really need a driver when you're using the S90L. You see, you could feel the length and the girth. Okay, we're still talking about cars here, pare. But yeah, you could feel the length and just how large and long this premium land barge is. And yeah, dude, it can get quite stressful when you're trying to park it or daily drive it around tight Manila city streets. Especially since, yeah, here in Manila and in most other provinces of the Philippines, you have, you have drivers who have no idea what the road rules are, and yeah, scooters that just appear out of nowhere. Now, the fuel consumption is helped a bit by a 48-volt mild hybrid system, yeah, which pare sounds a little bit familiar. Yeah, you see, there's another car maker that also uses a 48-volt mild hybrid. Don't do it. Don't do it, Reagan. Don't say it. Don't say it. It's Geely, okay? Whew. Whew. There you go. I said it. It's Geely. So, everybody knows Geely owns Volvo. But for the record, it's Volvo that first developed the 48-volt mild hybrid system. It's not Geely. It's not Geely, pare. And in case you're wondering, some of you might be wondering while you're watching this video, this Volvo S90L is not made in China. I just have to say that. I have to set the record straight, okay? The thing is, even with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, the fuel consumption is meh. Okay, meh. You see, going around light city drives, you can get around 8.5 kilometers per liter with a light foot. Highway runs, yeah, it's in the neighborhood of 13 kilometers per liter. You see, the overall size and weight of the S90L means that your fuel consumption will take a hit. But heck, pare, if you own one of these, yeah, you wouldn't even care about fuel consumption anyway. Now, when it comes to preference, I know that the market in general is moving more and more towards crossovers and SUVs. Pero pare, there's just something about a premium executive sedan that truly attracts attention. You see, it's a flex, and you're just flexing and telling everybody that you don't need the practicality of crossovers and SUVs. Now, vehicles like the Volvo S90L is more of a statement, and you're telling everybody that you prioritize comfort and luxury above all. Or you can also be giving a statement that you probably own a fleet of crossovers and SUVs at home, and you can always afford to buy another vehicle, a more premium vehicle like the Volvo S90L. Now, the front end design is a clean and classic look, unlike some of the over-styled modern designs of some of the, the premium Bavarian counterparts of the S90L. You see, we get Thor's hammer here in the form of an LED DRL, and of course we do have fully adaptive LED headlight units as well. Now, if you check out the front grille, well, we do have a properly sized front grille there, and as you can see, the front grille is finished in chrome because, friends, this is the top spec Inscription trim, and one way to know that is we have the chrome on the front grille as well as the chrome on the front bumper. The side profile shows off just how long the Volvo S90L is. I mean, this, my friends, is the long wheelbase trim, which is nearly 5 inches longer than a standard Volvo S90. Now, that additional nearly 5 inches translates to the awesome amount of backseat space that we also experience. Now, behind these 19-inch alloy wheels, the S90L here in the Philippines doesn't get air suspension. Instead, we just have a static standard suspension setup here, which I am happy to hear because, dudes, that will help you avoid a nasty repair bill down the line. You see, air suspensions are really expensive to maintain, but the drawback there is because we're static, well, the ride will not be as floaty and as smooth as a vehicle equipped with air suspension. But it's a small price to pay for a lower maintenance bill down the line. Now, since we do have a static suspension setup here, well, the ground clearance is just 150 millimeters, although you can still go through a flood that is around 250 millimeters high. Although, pare, why would you do that, right? Why would you do that? Now, when it comes to safety, we all know that Volvo is the world's global leader. Now, as you're seeing on your screen, this S90L is fully equipped with a full range of active and passive safety features here, which still remains Volvo's #1 ace. But here's the thing, dude. When you're reverse parking the S90L, and there's a parking attendant who's assisting you while you're reverse parking, pare, make sure the parking attendant keeps a safe distance from the car because the rear sensors of this vehicle might mistake the parking attendant as a pedestrian, and the car will apply the emergency brakes. I mean, dude, seriously, it's a little bit sensitive in that regard. Don't say I didn't warn you. When you compare the cabin of the S90L to other premium executive sedans, the S90L has a more traditional, old-school look here. Now, don't get me wrong, we do get a lot of tech advancements here, but the overall feel of this cabin, pare, this is old-school opulence. I mean, it's probably the combination of the Oriforce crystal shifter that we have here and the brown wood cabin materials, plus this luscious all power adjustable brown leather seats here. And the seats also come with heat and cooling ventilation. Pare, I love that, especially since it's summer here in the Philippines. The ventilated seats, 2 thumbs up for me, man. 2 thumbs up. Now, we also have a full digital gauge cluster here that is quite easy to read. Now, if you're looking for the engine push start button, there's nothing. Wala, oh, there's nothing here. No engine push start button because It's located right here on the center tunnel, and no pare, this is not an engine push start button. Instead, it's a twist start. So you twist start it like that. And for those of you out there who are saying that the proper way to operate a push start, engine push start button is push, 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 push. But you can't do that here anymore. You know, you just press on the brake pedal and twist the knob and the car just starts up. So, okay. Now we also have a 12-inch portrait-style infotainment system here, which has some bells and whistles like Apple CarPlay. Although unfortunately, I don't think it has Android Auto because I tried connecting my Samsung smartphone and yeah, Android Auto doesn't work. So I don't think it has that. So I just have to rely on Bluetooth connectivity here. And if you want to use Apple CarPlay, yeah pare, you'll have to use a USB Type-C cable because there's no USB Type-A sockets here in the Volvo S90L Inscription. Now, I would have wanted to see wireless Apple CarPlay here and wireless Android Auto, pero pare, wala, it's not here. Sayang, because it could have complemented the wireless charging pad that this S90L Inscription comes in. So I'm kind of sad that it's like that. Now, the infotainment system itself is pretty much like a command center because it also controls your climate control system here. And to be honest, dudes, yeah, this system is not really the most intuitive that I've encountered. You see, there's a bit of a learning curve here in trying to operate the stuff found in your infotainment system. So, yeah, if Manong Driver will drive the S90L for you, yeah, Manong Driver has to spend some time studying the user's manual found in the infotainment system in order to fully maximize this vehicle systems because it's not intuitive. Okay, it's really not intuitive. It's not the easiest to use out there. Just like the front, the rear end of the S90L has a clean and classic look right here. This, my friends, is the look of subtle elegance. And personally, I'm digging it. I like it. Now, of course, we have a full LED taillight units here. We have the Volvo lettering there, a bit of a ducktail spoiler here on the trunk lid. And we also have a hands-free power liftgate or trunk right here. So you have to do this. There. We have a hands-free power trunk. Doesn't work? There you go. Third time's a charm. Now that we have that hands-free power trunk open, you can see that the S90L's trunk can fit a pair of medium-sized luggage here, as you can see, and some smaller items surrounding it. Now, I don't have the actual figures and liters, but it is a decently sized trunk space right there. Now, we also have a hands-free power closing trunk. Let's say you're carrying some stuff. There you go. Was able to do it one time this time. So that is super helpful when you're carrying a heavy load. With a spacious and well-appointed back seat, the Volvo S90L makes a very good case as a chauffeur-driven car. It shines from the back where all powerful people would prefer to sit. Now, while I may not want to drive this every day, I wouldn't mind being driven around it while enjoying the comforts of the back seat. It strikes a perfect balance of comfort, classic styling, and value for money. While the drive itself is not as inspiring as other premium executive sedans out there, and the infotainment system's usability can be improved, the Volvo S90L Inscription is still a good choice, especially for those who prioritize comfort and safety above all. Thanks for watching.